Hey everyone, this has been requested a number of times. I've made a few videos on this subject, but this, some people say, has nothing to do with losing weight. And I say this, number one, the channel is not about weight loss, it's about being healthier and the weight that I lost. It describes, it's kind of weird to say that this is a weight loss, not a weight loss channel, with the name being David lost 108 pounds, and this is how I have a friend who's a vegetarian. You've seen some of her videos. Her name is Emily, and she's a vegetarian. And I took her to Burger Continental. Does anyone remember Burger Continental on Lake Street in Pasadena, California? Lake in California. That's where I used to hang out a lot. I lived in Pasadena. I would go to the Winchells. I'd go to the Rexall drugstore there and buy toys. We used to buy those parachute guys. You throw them there and they go. Ooh. We used to buy those. So I took her there and I said, I'm gonna take you to a really, really great vegetarian restaurant with great vegetarian food. And she was all excited because I don't go to vegetarian restaurants. I'm David. I like to eat meat. I tried that for a little while, but my numbers through my diabetes didn't really fit with that. So I'm doing a lot better. Maybe I'll try that again because I do love animals. Um, and I can see the benefit of being a vegetarian, vegan. I don't know. I like milk, eggs. It's kind of weird that we drink the milk out of a cow. I don't know. It's always been weird to me. But I take her there, telling her this is great vegetarian restaurant. We go to the back where back then I think it was called, was it the Pavilions or was it Vaughn's by then? I don't know. It used to be the Pantry Market when I was a kid. But I took her there and we park by the market and we walk in. There's a Winchell's there. You can see all the stuff there. It used to be the warehouse. Now it's Starbucks. It used to be the warehouse record store. Now it's Starbucks. So we go in there and she thinks I'm playing a trick. She thinks we're walking through there to go to another place. It's a joke. But they have great vegetarian food. So the channel is about weight loss, but it covers other things as well because a lot of weight loss stuff is right up here. Right up here. I'm worried I eat, what's comfort food? Comfort food is food we eat for comfort. Maybe a roast beef, hot roast beef with gravy, open-faced roast beef sandwich, for example. Maybe macaroni and cheese, tomato soup, and grilled cheese, that kind of thing. So there's a lot of food that we call comfort food, and it gives us comfort. And a lot of times we have problems is because up there, a lot of it's all in our head. So this is going to be a video about how I got started. This has been requested, God, in acting. This has been requested probably, I don't know, 30 times. So I have made other videos about opportunities in acting. Back that way. Maybe I'll make an acting playlist so you can find them more. Is it more easily or easier? I don't know. But anyway, there's still some acting work. So I may post if you want me to. Do people want me to? post some videos on actual jobs. So if someone says, hey, I'm looking for 15 women in the ages of 18 to 26 to play, it's an old movie and we want secretaries, a typing pool, I need 18 to 26. Or I need 5 guys in their 40s to work on like oil riggers or that kind of stuff. Those are the kind of roles I get. I'm not going to get a lead role in a major motion picture, or I'm also not going to probably be on a series, even a series regular on television. But I do make money acting, and so this is the video will be how I got started. I met people that knew me earlier. I had a kind of a weird thing. A lot of people have had friends that they've known since they were 3 years old. I don't really have that. I have a couple of friends I've known since maybe high school, but mostly at this point now, Facebook friends only. So when I got out of the military, it wasn't Facebook time. This is pre-Facebook. I hadn't seen these people for a long, long time. And when I met them, when I last saw them, they're 15, 16 years old, 17. Maybe we played basketball. We'd go to a movie. Maybe we saw Smokey and the Bandit, that kind of thing. So I went from being just a kid, and now I'm an adult, and they're an adult, and everything kind of changed. We have responsibilities. We got work. We got all this stuff. And I said hi to them. They said hi to me. We always said we'll get together. We'll get together, like the old song. We'll get together then, son. The cats in the cradle, or whatever. But I never saw them really again. Maybe I'd see them, if they lived close to where I lived. I was in the military. I traveled, lived in other places. Then I came home to the area in which I lived, which was Southern California, San Gabriel Valley. Currently living in Monrovia. When I first came back, I lived in Pasadena. So I would see these people and we never really saw each other. Then I started doing acting in 2002. I guess 2002. It was right before, it was December 7th, 2002, right before the next year, 2003. Surprise, surprise, I'm drinking coffee. But it was my sister's birthday, December 7th, and they were going to come down here to this area from Northern California or Central California, I don't know. And we were going to celebrate their birthdays, but they couldn't come down. They're both school teachers, and I don't think one of them got sick or something. They were going to travel together. I had nothing to do. You know, I took the day off. I think it was a Saturday. I can actually look it up now. It's so easy to look up things on the internet. What day was December 7th, 2002? But I remember the day because I was at the unemployment office, EDD, here in California. I had a job, but I always want a better job. So a lot of people go to the EDD because they have no job, but it's not the unemployment office. It's the employment development department. So you can go there and try to find jobs and whatever. I wasn't looking for acting jobs by no stretch of the imagination. I didn't think I could be an actor. So I was there, and I was online, early online for me. I think I had discovered Craigslist by this time. I had discovered Craigslist. I'll talk about that in this video. But I found a thing in a paper said beinamovie.com. Beinamovie.com. It was talking about the fact that they were going to be filming Seabiscuit. So you can see how long ago that was. Seabiscuit. At the Santa Anita racetrack, and they were looking for people that could go and be an extra. You don't get paid, but they're gonna give you a booklet on how to sign up for different services and whatever. So I said, okay, I'll do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna go. You know, you get a free sandwich and everything, and the food is good. And they said it's in different groups. I remember I was in the yellow group. I was yellow number 3. There's so many people. They really fill this dance. And a lot of the TV shows, if you see everybody's clapping in a movie, I mean, they're watching a basketball game, we're all clapping. Yeah, go, dribble, shoot. Oh no, that's a foul. Hey ref, you suck. If you see that, and you see that, and you see other people like this, that's because they're rubber. They're rubber people, or they have cardboard cutouts, and if they're really far back, they'll have a cardboard cutout that's completely flat, or they have a rubber person, some inflatable 3D kind of a rubber person going like this. They should have someone with a hand up, but they don't. They just go like this. So they put them in this stance. So if they can't fill it with people, they're going to fill it with rubber or cardboard. But they want to fill us with real people. That was a very expensive movie. I don't know if you saw it. Do you see Seabiscuit? I liked it. It was good. So I went and I did that. And when I was there, I got a package that talked about Central Casting. That's the world's oldest casting agency. It's for mostly background stuff. Background, for those of you who don't know, is what we used to call extras. Are you an extra? And also, you're not necessarily in the background. You might be in the foreground. But they call it background. Some people call it atmosphere. You're an atmosphere actor. Some people call us a walking prop that eats. On Gilmore Girls, the principals, the stars, called us cockroaches. So we're somewhere in between. We're not necessarily a cockroach, and we're not necessarily an atmosphere actor. We're basically just someone that looks like they could be carrying a bag of groceries with a newspaper sticking out and celery and a baguette of bread or something. You always see that they're walking. They have something sticking out, so it doesn't look like they're carrying an empty bag around. So I did that, and I got this thing about Central Casting. So okay, I'll go ahead and maybe I'll start. So I called them to ask them what's up with this and what I do. They told me to come in and they could take some photos, and I think we had to pay, back then it was $25. Now they can't charge you. They're not allowed to charge you because they make money on each person they book. So there was a big lawsuit. I don't know. I think it's in New York as well, but in California, they're on Flower Street in Burbank, California. They said no, you will not charge them to go with a digital camera and type, and we basically did everything. We had to bring our sizes and all that. If you didn't know a size, they'd measure you, and they enter you in the computer. So they charge you $200 per person, thousands of people a month. And there's a lot of people with Central Casting. If you look at the number of people at Central Casting, it's a ton, because most people don't work. They do a little bit, then they quit, or maybe they once in a while will pick up a Tuesday on a TV show, and they never work again, or they never work again until they're called again. So back then you had to call the line. I got to the point where they would call me, but I signed up, and that was my first start. That's how I started. I went to beinamovie.com, found this free movie thing. I don't get paid. I get to go and be in the background, and I ate a sandwich. So I joined Central Casting, the world's oldest, over 100 years old. Wow. You know, you hear Lucy and I Love Lucy talking about it. So that must have been hard to book. I mean, they booked some Native Americans. I think they called them Indians back then, or they would call them savages. I was watching Green Acres the other day, and they told the kids, you need to act like people, not Indians. Yeah, don't act like a bunch of Indians, act like people. Wow, can't say that today. And it's probably shouldn't have said it back then. So I joined Central Casting. Now, Central Casting, you had a call a day. You busy single. Then you hear the line. They'll tell you about different jobs. You have to write it down. Okay, they're looking for someone to be on Malcolm in the Middle. Blah blah blah. And you write down the information. Then you got to call back in the last the first 5 of your social. First 5 of your social, not 6. First 5 of your social, and then they would say, "Okay, David, I can use you. You're gonna call this box number tonight after 7, and it'll have your details, and you're gonna work tomorrow." That's how it worked. And then sometimes you get known. Once I got known with them, they would call me for bigger things, higher pay, specialty things where I had, some kind of prosthetics, and I got developed with them and became a bookable background person. I was a lot heavier then. Remember, I was really heavy. I'm not exactly skinny now. So I started with them. Then I joined what is called a calling service. Some people call it a calling service, and some people call it a call-in service. I'm calling in, or I'm calling you. Then what they do is they say, well, you're on set, you can't really call. In the old days, the people would bring a roll of quarters, and they say, okay, guys, we're going to take a break, and they all run to the, or I guess it was dimes back then, and then it went to quarters. They'd all run to the payphones. You see a big long bank of payphones. You see that on some of the movies where the reporters are going, okay, this is what happened, and they're talking on the payphone. Hey, hurry up, and they're trying to get their story in, similar to that. And then they would get booked. And I called a call-in service, and she was very nice, but very, very small. It was just her. She bought the company from somebody else, and they were partners. First they were partners, then she bought the partner out. Now it's just basically her. And I asked her and said, well, hey, if you ever need anything, like a day off or anything, maybe you can teach me the business, and I can work for you, for like one day as a favor. Of course, it was one of those, I help her, she helps me, whatever. And she was very good to me. So she said, no, David, I'm okay. I haven't had anything I need to do in a long time. Well, 2 weeks later, she comes home and finds her mother passed away. She actually found her mother's body. And I had to call these people that were rude to me. They're rude to you at Central Casting. Most of them are very nice now. They were nice to me, but some of them are like, "Why are you calling me for it?" I say, "I'm looking for a man, 40 years old, and he weighs 325 pounds," and I was like 300. So, oh hey, and they go, in your profile says you're 300. Click. They wouldn't even say, what if I put on 25 pounds? What if I put on 10 pounds? Maybe they're not gonna find that. Then if they can't find it, they'll call me back and say, okay, I could use you after all. So I'm calling these people, and they're on the actual line for producers and directors that call, not background actors. So I called and I talked to them, and I told them what happened, and then they taught me the whole how to book other people. And I was out there calling for, hey, I see you're looking for somebody. I got this person. I give them, then I go, okay, just give me her name, her last 5, or first 5. I give her the first 5. And say, okay, I can use her. Tell her to call this box number. So I write down, Tracy, the box number, whatever, and I give her the information. So I got developed with that. But when I first started, that kind of jumped. I'm sorry, but I jumped there with Central Casting. That's what Central Casting is. Central Casting books is the world's largest casting agency, and they book background actors on TV, movie, commercials. Most of these can be, big movies or recurring TV, like a series on television. But there's some fun stuff too. I never really did live events with them. Just always on film. So when I first started, I started with that, and I got this job, little job. Then I went to Craigslist. People say, oh, you can't get that on Craigslist. No. You can't get anything on Craigslist. Well, I found a job. They're looking for someone to be in a movie to play a priest, and I had a black suit that I bought at Sears years earlier. So I bought a suit. But I had this black suit, and they put a little cardboard piece here that they, when you buy a new shirt and it has a little cardboard thing underneath the collar, they put that in there, and it looks like you're a priest. It looks so good that we were actually filming on a part of the Veterans Administration hospital that closed on the grounds, doing a funeral scene, and people would see me around there and think I was a priest. They come, hey, Father, and they talk to people that didn't know, of course. So that's how I got started with anything above background. A lot of people say, I'll never do background. or you always hear this. You're on set, and there's 50 of us, right? And 8 of them say, well, I don't do background. And I always say this, well, you're here now, aren't you? So never say never. They are there. They're there. But I did this. Then I would see people around town. This is when I first started with my first speaking, first totally featured. I'm doing the funeral service. They made the little thing from, they changed a little bit, I guess, because they have to get permission, I guess, from the Vatican. I don't know, some office of the Vatican to give approval for doing this. I don't know. I played priest 4 or 5 times. Not recent. The suit's way too big for me now. I'd be like hanging out here. I still have it. It's kind of funny. I'd have to buy a new black suit or rent something, or they'd have to wardrobe me. A lot of times you get booked because you have the wardrobe. But at this time, I started seeing people that knew me from before, and they asked me, "What are you doing?" Blah, blah, blah. And they said, "David, I actually saw you on this TV show." I said, "Oh yeah," and I didn't know you were an actor. I never knew you were an actor. And these are people that I met when I got out of the military. It's been a couple of years now, but they don't really call me. I don't, they had their own lives. I don't blame them. But they don't want anything to do with me. Now all of a sudden it's kind of interesting. Hey, and I said, yeah, I'm not. Most of the actors that you would see on television probably started as a kid. The parents, you have the stage mom or whatever driving them. They're taking acting lessons. They're taking ballet. They're taking piano, whatever. And that's what they do, modeling how to pose yourself. I don't know any of that stuff. And they were very interested in that because the fact that most people start at 12, and here I am starting at, 42, 41? Yeah, I turned 42. Right now, when I first started, I think it's turning 42. So they were really surprised. What happened? I didn't know you were doing this. They saw me on television, so they thought I'd been doing it all my adult life, or once I got out of the military 4 years, 5 years earlier. But no, I just started. And I said, no, I just started. And then, of course, they like me again. Hey, you can do something for me. My daughter always wanted to be a dancer. My son, he's an archer, but I was wondering if you need archery people at a scene. That's an actual true story. Someone asked me that, how random is that? Yeah, I'll put them in my archery file. I'm not booking him when I'm not casting. I did start casting later. I do casting to this day. But now they like me because I have something to offer them. The second time that happened in my life, well, maybe more than I didn't know, but after 9/11, everybody wanted to buy a rifle or a pistol. They wanted someone to show their wife how to handle a 45 because they or a shotgun. Everybody wanted to buy a shotgun. Shotgun's the world's best self-defense. Bang, 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 bang. It's really probably not. Shotguns are big and long, and you're walking through the hallway, and you don't see them. They're in the dark, and they grab that shotgun. Now they have a shotgun, and you don't have a shotgun, so really maybe a small revolver or something. But lock them up, keep them safe, folks. I'm not saying go and buy a gun to protect us, but after 9/11, we thought, here they come, all these, I don't know the politically correct word. I'll just say those who don't like us, or who flew planes into buildings. And some people say they did not, some people say they did. I believe they probably did it. I saw it on TV. But they wanted me then. So 2 times in my life I had value. One, to this day I have the value of acting, and a little bit for shooting. I do so occasionally get that. My wife was thinking maybe we should get a pistol. The unhoused individuals are out of control. They're doing smash and grab robberies and fentanyl, blah blah blah. We have kids. And can you come with me to buy a gun? Well, are they gonna pay me? Do I get any money for this opportunity? I was making back in I don't know, 2004, $80 an hour teaching shooting. That's a lot of money back then, and it's a lot of money now. So I was actually had some popularity then because of this. So what I did is I started out for free. Everything was full. I paid the $25, what it was, to join Central Casting. I then had to get headshots. I didn't know how to get headshots. So what did I do? I went to Walmart. A lot of people hate Walmart. I hate Walmart. Walmart's no good. Walmart put everybody out of business. I'm sure they said the same thing about grocery stores. They put old Joe's butcher shop out of business. I'll never go to the Market Basket or Safeway or whatever it was back then. So I'm sure that. But they had a photo thing where it was like, all I needed was one headshot of my head. This is what a fat guy looks like from here to here. That I could actually put on a floppy disk, not the big one like this, the little ones like that, the hard plastic. And I got that. I didn't have it on a thumb drive because they weren't out yet. And I got that, and I got the whatever the package was, a certain number of 5x7s, some wallet ones I can hand out. Here's a picture of me. Here's a picture of me. I get a very, very small package, like $19, I think it was. So now I have the image. I have an image of me here. I had a shirt and a tie, and I still have that headshot. I think I have some right over here. I can show it one day. But if you want to see my headshot, put it out there. My real headshot. I think I still have it on my computer. Transfer from computer to computer. But all I needed was an image of what I look like. So now I've gone to the next level because I'm not just a background guy. It's a background guy. Don't know how they stand on their headshot. They say, okay, I'm 5'11". I weigh 310 pounds. I got brown hair. I'm balding. I have brown eyes. Boom. Okay. Do you have a shirt and tie you can wear? Yes. Okay, you're booked. So now I want to go to the next. I don't necessarily want to go to the next level. I thought I'll explore the next level. So I did this, and I got that little disc, and I took it to Pasadena, California. Not the disc. I kept the ones I had. I have them. And then I actually wore a blue sport coat and no tie in that one. I think I can't remember. It's been a while. 2003. So 20 years. I took it to where PCC is. PCC is called the Pasadena City College. We used to call it the University of Colorado Boulevard. The University of Colorado Boulevard was its nickname. Now its nickname is the Pasadena Chinese College. It is a junior college. Is that nice? Is that racist? I don't know. But that's what they call it, Pasadena Chinese College. I found that out when I was doing working with the census, and I was out there looking for people to work there. So I took that disc, and I found companies. Back then, I think I looked in the Pasadena Weekly or the LA Weekly at places that reproduce headshots. And so if I brought in a headshot and they put on the glass, that's called next generation. So I didn't want them to be second generation. I wanted to be first generation. So I took it off of the disc. I brought the disc. I wrote what I wanted. I got, I think, 100 headshots. That went fast. So I went and got more. So I started sending out my headshots. And I just got booked. Now with Craigslist, a lot of people say you can never get booked on Craigslist, but the people that booked me on Craigslist, the job for Craigslist, I'm kind of backtracking, sorry. When I got on Craigslist, that got me in with someone that said, wow, you're an hour early. I said, oh yeah, I was just sitting in my car, I'll get to stay. Well, no, that's fine, I just really appreciate it. I was nice, please and thank you, yes ma'am, yes sir. Right away, they'd give me they said, hey, let's go and take about a 20-minute break. Guys, get back here in 20 minutes. Well, 11 minutes later, I'm walking towards there. Oh, when we say take 5, it could be 5 minutes, which it never is, or it could be 40 minutes. We'll come get you. And I didn't steal bananas. I didn't take styrofoam and get food, put in there, hide it, and come back with a plate. Can I have some food? No, they cater the food. I didn't do stupid stuff. I didn't do stupid stuff like that. So they booked me again and again and again, and I helped them book people and join their services. We all kind of helped each other out because we were all nice to each other. We all were nice to each other, and we worked hard to help each other at that level. So I did that, and I got connections there. This is all about connections, doing a good job, and having a good reputation. I've been booked on shows not to work it just because I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy, and I didn't even work. I just showed up because the principal actor wanted me there because they thought I was fun to have on set. And I got to just sit in the stands and watch. And I thought, wow, when am I going to work? And I never did. I'm not going to say who the person's name is, but that's pretty cool. So I established that. So now I'm getting into principal roles. I'm getting principal roles. And to this day, I do it the same way. Yeah, if I see something on Craigslist, if a pop-up comes up, hey, we're shooting a movie or whatever, and we need actors, I'll look into it. Is it going to be a scam? It could be. It could be. There are a lot of scams out there. Some of the scams I have, they say, hey, we're going to book you on this commercial, and what we're going to do is, since we're in Philadelphia and you're in California, we're going to rent a studio next to you, and you'll come and you'll film for 2 days. What we're going to do, though, since we're out here and you're out there, so we don't really know it, can you look up a studio? We'll send you the money. We know that the studios in that area, you'll need to come up with a down payment for that, and it'll be about $4,000. So we're going to send you a check for $5,000. You take it to the bank, cash the check you deposit it, withdraw $4,000. So you have $1,000 in your account, and you're going to take that $4,000 and you're going to call around. Oh no, you're going to send it to us. That's right. We're going to send you. We only have a check for $5,000. That's the minimum our accountant will do, and you only need $1,000 for the thing. So we're going to send you $5,000 check. Go ahead and deposit the $5,000 check, and then you're gonna you're gonna send us back 3,000. You'll keep 1,000 for yourself and 1,000 for the studio. Well, you put the $5,000 in there. You get the 4,000 in a money order, whatever. You send it to them. The check bounces, and you just bounce the check to your bank for $5,000. Or you send them $3,000. So that's an old scam. A lot of old scams. If you're afraid of scams, boop, 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 there's a lot of them out there. That's one of the big ones right there in the comment section. Let me know, hey, I'm afraid of scams. Yeah, me too. Let me tell you about the ones I know about. You tell me what you know about, and let's avoid the scams. And we got to report them. A lot of people, they say, I don't care. They did something to me. I didn't get caught. Well, report that, because they're going to try you again, and the next person again, the next person again. So they do that. So I went from that level and on, and now I book things like commercials. I do print work, some live, not live theater, but live events. And it's all a big hustle, not a hassle, a hustle. Hustle. I have to convince them that I'm better than everybody else. I'm the one they should pick without being rude. And I always tell people, my level of acting, tap, is not hard. It's not hard. I don't have pages and pages of dialogue, and I have to cry, and I have to, oh my God, I'm so scared, there's a monster. None of that. I run from a monster. Ah, monster, there's a monster. Someone try to steal my Twinkie. Give me back my Twinkie. I can do that. My level of acting is not hard to do. The hard part of my acting is convincing somebody that I can do it. I see that I see that you're looking for somebody. I can do this. Oh yeah, David, are you sure you do it? I promise you I can. Well, you better be able to, because if I put you on there, you better do it. I will. And then they say, hey, you could do it. And I said, I knew I could do it. I knew it. I'm like the internet could. I think I can. Man, I can. And I did. So that's the problems I would have, would be the convincing somebody to trust me enough, to convince them, to allow them to trust me enough to do the acting. I have a discount code, okay? I think it's $120 savings. I'll post that down here. Another large one is Backstage, not Backpage. Backpage was selling, was a little thing online where they would hook up people with a prostitute or drugs. Not Backpage, but Backstage. Backstage. One time I was typing in Backpage, I was in a hurry. Backstage in a hurry, and it thought it auto-corrected to Backpage. If you go to backpage.com, you'll see us that the FBI has closed this site, whatever. It's kind of, you have to be doing some pretty bad, shady stuff to be closed by the FBI, I guess. So I said, oh no, that's not what I'm looking for. Went back to Backstage, so anyway, I will post that. It's $120. The way I got this thing done, I'll tell you again. I got some reasonably priced, very cheap headshots. Some people go and would spend. When I got my $19 package with a thing that I could make copies of, they would go out and spend $600 to get their photos shot. Yeah, $600. Back then, I don't know what it is now, 12. So $19, got a little thing, send it out. You can get a lot of rejection. Be ready for rejection. They don't tell you anything. They might say, we'll let you know either way. Well, you know what that means. If you got it, we're going to call you. If you don't hear anything, you didn't get it, and that is them telling us, notifying you the way you did not get it. So if they don't call you or email you, you didn't get it. So that's the way I did that. I got that out, put it out. Another scam. That just reminded me of scams. If you go and someone says, hey, I really like your look, I want to be your agent. Great, I need an agent. So send me your photos. I think you would be great. You send them photos. Oh, I can use you. I'll get you out there. I'm going to get you work. You just let me, you give me 10%, and I'm going to get you work. It's going to be work. You're not going to have a chance to sleep. You're working so much. You'll be like, wow, look at all this money. Woo, money. But your headshots, there's a problem. They're just not that good. I need more. I need a theatrical look, a comedy look. I need a serious look. I need all this. I need you to get 5 or 6 different looks. And here's a card. Go to this guy. There you go. Scam. Most likely that's a scam, because your headshots may be fine. You may need an extra look. They may say, hey, this is great. The agent I had, I don't have an agent anymore, I said to her, I sent her the photos. All I had was that original one. She was looking for people. I sent it out there, and I said to her, what about my headshots? She was, well, yeah, you may need to get a second look if you want. And I go, okay. And I was gonna not really test them, but just trying to see what was up with it. I said, where should I go? She said, oh, I don't know. If you go to like Backstage, I was going to Backstage, or if you go to Actors Access, there's a few different companies that you'll see on there, different things you do. It used to be called LA 411, and that was the place that showed all the different ones for this area. Or you can go to just, back then, get out the phone book. When we get out the phone book, we can just kind of hit the ads and see who does photography for this. Is that you do a theatrical? You're interested in the acting industry and you like to do a second look, and they'll help you. They'll help you with that. And I knew, okay, I think she's legit. And she was legit. I gave her 10% of everything I got, even if I got it myself. So photo scam is out there. The I must mail you a check scam. That's not just for acting. They do that. I want to buy your used car. How much you say it was? Oh, it's $5,000. It's okay. That car was worth $5,000. You think, well, they didn't even tell me $2,000, and then I'd say, no, $3,000. Okay, how about $3,500? No, how about $4,000? No bargain, just $5,000. And then they send you a check for $7,500. He said, yikes, this check is too big. Yikes. So they said, oh no, they write you knowing that you got it. I guess they put they do. They send it through this little FedEx. They always seem to use FedEx. They don't want to use the federal government's United States Postal. And you get that, you open up, and then, oh, there's a check for $7,500. There's only $5,000. And they say, oh God, my secretary, I buy classic cars, or I buy cars I can fix and turn and flip. She sent you the wrong check. I was going to buy another car as well. I was going to buy two cars that day, one for $5,000 and one for $7,500. I sent you the wrong check. I sure apologize. Can you please take this check to your bank, keep the $5,000, and send me a money order with a $25 extra $100? Boom, and there is no check. You just bounce a check for $700. They do that there too. So I'm going to post this link down here. I think it'll save you about $120. So if you're going to say to me, if someone said to me, people said to me, tell me 2 things to do to lose weight, and I guess they want me to say, eat less, exercise more. Well, that's not, first of all, I'm not going to tell you what to do. So I can't tell you 2 things to do, because just tell me 2 things to do. I don't want to watch a bunch of videos. I want you to do 2 things. Give me 2 things. I can do 2 things. Well, you're really fat right now. Maybe you can't, if that's what you want to do. If you want to do 2 things, because for me, I found it's multiple things. It's not 2, it's 2 dozen. It's not 2 dozen, it's 200. I don't know. There's a lot of things you got to do. Do, work. If it's worth doing, I guess they say it's it's gonna be tough, but it's worth doing. So if I was to tell you a couple things to do, what I would do, first thing I'd do is I would go get some form of a headshot. A digital headshot, because the majority of the stuff you're going to do, like last night, I auditioned for 4 different projects. 1 was in person, 3 were online. So a lot is going to be digital now. So I'd get some kind of form of digital photography. You can shoot something like I'm shooting this video right now. If I shot one of these videos like this, but only 2 minutes long, I'd do a little bit better with the background, probably maybe work with the lighting, make sure I'm centered up, from here to here, whatever. You can shoot that from your phone, and that's one of the sticking points on the SAG-AFTRA strike, is we want to get paid to do that. We used to go to the auditions, and the person would have to rent a audition house, have a photographer there, someone to sign people in. They'd have to have all those expenses. Now they say, send me video, send me a video, send me a video, send me a video. And all those people are sending a video for 1 role. There might be 20 of us, 30 of us sending in for 1 role. There might be 300 of us sending for 1 role. This one job that we booked, myself and Emily together, and they looked at 700 people, 700 couples, and we got it. Why did we get it? Because I don't know, they liked us, and we did a good job. They did a good job, we did a good job, and all worked out just fine. So get a digital formatted photo, maybe get some hard copies, type up a resume. Now remember, on your resume, you may have no acting. I don't know, I have no acting, but I sold the things that I can do. I teach shooting. They like that. I'm not necessarily a rubber gun guy, the guys with a fake gun in there, in the holster. I actually taught shooting. I carried a gun every single day. Every day I had to carry a gun. I had to train on these weapons, qualify, expert on all these weapons, teach these weapons, develop weapons, write lesson plans, start whole programs of how we're going to shoot this. This is a tactical scene. I would write tactical scenes. I would do this, and so I would make one resume of my acting skills, which was, I've done some background work, I look like this. Then I had a second one, which was my technical resume, which showed everything I can do. I can bartend as a bartender. Woo, bartend, hey, easiest job in the world, bartending. You're putting liquid in a glass. Pretty easy stuff. Or you're pouring beer. It's so easy. It's always liquid in a glass. Here you go. It's not brain surgery on the president. So I put anything I can do in there. I'm a restaurant manager. I was in the military. I like to do metal detecting. I ride bicycles. I play basketball. I have pets. You put all that together. Anything you can do on a technical resume. So I had a technical resume for shooting, Then I have one for just skills, sports I play. Most of the services you go to will have you type it in. Do you play badminton? Do you play basketball? Do you bowl? Don't put something you don't do. Because for me, if they tell me, hey David, can you do this? And I said, well, when does this shoot? Oh, it's gonna, let's say it's right now. Right now it's August. Oh, it's gonna shoot in mid-October. Oh yeah, I can do it. Can I do it? No. Can I do it before I shoot it? Yes. So I'll be ready to. I don't really say I can do it. I'll be all ready with that. Come shoot time, I'll be really good at that. I'll just hone my skills. I don't tell them I have no skills in that. I don't know how to do that, or whatever. But I could drive forklifts if I did that in the military. So anything you can do, and you have a license or some kind of certificate, put that in there. So that's your technical resumes. Your regular resume, it might be just hey, I'm this tall, my hair color is this, I weigh this much, this is my shirt, this is my size, I wear an extra large shirt, I wear this, I have, and then sell whatever you have. Hey, I have a Western costume. Maybe it's from Urban Cowboy in 1980 or 79, and I back when John Travolta was a cowboy. But do you have a Halloween costume? Do you have a heavy coat? I book a lot of these for winter, New York City winter. And what do I have? So I went to the thrift store. It's an old Dockers blue jacket with a collar, and I put that on. I put a beanie that I think someone gave it to me. Oh, it's an army beanie. I flip it backwards. I put the beanie down here and I wrap the thing here. I got gloves at the 99-cent store, and I sure am cold. The whole costume cost me $6 maybe, if it even costs $6. So you just take whatever you have and throw it together. I have a lab coat, I have a stethoscope, all that kind of stuff. So that's what you want to sell. So anyway, if you're interested, if you tap are interested in acting and you want some tips, right here, and I'll see what I can do for you. I may start posting acting jobs. I got to see if some of these casting companies still want me to do that kind of thing for them. If they do, I'll post it. Will I charge you? No. Will I charge them? No. I'm just going to give you some information that you want. So anyway, down here, I will be putting the link. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up now because it's 36 minutes, almost 37 minutes by the time we get off of here, maybe a little over 37 minutes. But I'm going to cover that too. So this is how I got involved in acting. People say, David, I didn't even know you were an actor. And I said, I didn't know I was an actor either. This is how I got started. I didn't pay people a lot of money. I didn't pay for services. I didn't go to acting school. I didn't go to dancing school. I didn't take tap dancing. I didn't learn how to do extreme makeover, make makeups or anything like that. I just went ahead and took what I had and I tried to sell it, every single thing I had to do. And if they say, are you willing to do this? The answer was always yes. Take care, everybody. Have a great day.